Didn't see you there. Okay. I'm really sorry. Please don't click off the video. Hi, I'm Luke. I'm one of the co-developers and co-founders of a new social media platform called Diivve that we're hoping to launch in early 2021. So hopefully after the 2020 stuff has gone out. Hopefully. So this is Diivving Episode 1. Diivving is a new series. Welcome to the very first episode of Liquid Update. Keep me accountable for that. Where we talk about all the things, all the updates, all the info that you will need to know as hopefully a fan of the platform, or at least someone who's interested in it, and just packaged in a more entertaining way. For those of you who are new to the whole Diivve thing, let me fill you in. Diivve is all about full quality file uploads, privacy, and adding a ton of features pretty much everywhere that make things more convenient for both creators and the people who are viewing the content from creators. But we hope you'll be both. Anyway, if you're at least somewhat interested in any of those things, let's talk about some updates. So a couple weeks back, we launched our first official promo, right? What do you even call things when you're trying to be unconventional? Yeah, so a lot of people really like the promo, which is really exciting to us. And it's also exciting because we think it's probably the best depiction of kind of what to expect with Diivve that we've shown off yet. And that's both for function and for design. And design is kind of what I want to talk about a little bit. So the design of Diivve has gone through a ton of iterations, but we are pretty much officially done. Whatever you saw in that promo is pretty much the final product, and we have it all working on our test server, which is pretty great. So one of the things that we are really trying to work on is what we like to call one-page navigation, which means that you can see info about a lot of different things without ever having to leave the page, which should make your browsing experience so much faster. That includes profiles, likes, everything else that you can think about, all in one convenient place, one page at a time. Now Luke, you've talked so much about design before. You're right. But this next thing, you haven't heard of yet. Okay, so from the start of Diivve, we had the goal of bringing a new era of professionalism to social media. And so that's why when you upload a Diivve, we want people to view it more like a Netflix feature than a tweet. And that has gone throughout all of Diivve. That is something that we're just really passionate about. But we wanted to take that even one step further with a new thing called Diivve Originals. With Diivve Originals, we're hoping to bring unique perspectives, stories, and ideas from passionate creators that all come to a platform that is free for anyone to view with or without an account. With that being said, our very first Diivve Original is entitled When We Mature. When We Mature is a dystopian sci-fi adventure film that comments on a lot of modern day issues such as food distribution and societal polarization. It is so great to be working on this film with an up-and-coming director and one of my good friends, Sam Miller. He is an inspired person, and I just can't wait for you all to see exactly what we've been working on. Until then though, we're gonna keep a lot of things kind of on the hush-hush. That's all the updates I'm gonna deliver, but you guys wanna test out some Diivve features? Trevor, Ronny, thank you so much for joining me on this momentous occasion, the first episode of Diivving, and also this is the segment that we like to call, or nobody really likes to call it, this is new, first impressions.
It's us. We like to call it that. Us three.
Yes, exactly. Trevor is a member of our marketing team, but he's not actually in like the development of the site. So we figured he would be the best person to reach out to test the features and, you know, make this video possible. So Trevor, would you like to say any words?
I'm just glad to be here. Again, it felt like kind of an outsider thing, like getting involved in this project because you two were like absolutely fundamental to its starting and basically everything leading up to now. And I'm just glad to be here.
Sounds good. First thing we're gonna have you do is upload some audio files. So if you want to go to the upload section of the site.
Yeah. Beautiful. This is all design stuff that needs to be completely revamped. We haven't done a ton here, but this is to really show off the functionality.
The upload page is 90% functional, just not completely ready visually yet.
Trevor, if you want to drop some of those files in and then upload some thumbnails.
We'll call the shots, MP3.
And what's really cool is, I don't know if we've talked about this publicly yet, but one of our favorite features with this upload page is that you can see the size of the file right when you, like, basically before you even start uploading it, like right when you see it there, so you can see that the file is 9.65 megabytes.
At least for me, it's actually been faster to check file sizes than to actually right click on a file, like using Diivve versus, you know, like a regular like system preferences stuff.
There it is.
There it is.
We're going up. There you go.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Pretty.
Autoplay and everything. There you go.
Yep, autoplay content. Trevor, would you like to scrub through that real quick?
Absolutely.
Oh, look at that animation though.
Look at the animation. So clean, so pure.
I don't think I've even seen that yet.
So, Trevor, you'd like to pause that and upload some more files, and then we can test out the rest of the features here.
Absolutely. Luxury. Not sure if that's meant to be luxury as in like that, but so I guess it's misspelled. You know, misspelled. We'll just include that in the title. Just just to be completely transparent with people.
Right, transparency is key. That's what Diivve's all about.
Yeah, so speaking of transparency, sorry about the AC, by the way. Not what I meant to say. But basically, just like YouTube, our thumbnail sizes for files that you upload to Diivve are also going to be 2 megabytes.
There you go.
And what's cool is I'm pretty sure YouTube compresses the thumbnails, where like with Diivve we're all about not compressing your stuff. So if you upload a 2 megabyte thumbnail, it's going to be a 2 megabyte thumbnail.
100%. All right, so now we got 2 files, and now we can test out the rest of the features. You'll see on the end
There are 3 different modes that you can switch between by just clicking on them. So there's next mode, there's stop mode, and the third one is loop mode. Yeah. So in loop mode, if you want to drag the like audio to the very end, you can test that out. So basically, it will replay the audio.
There you go.
Yep, like that. And then next mode will automatically go to the track that's up next. So if you want to switch to next mode and then do the same thing, we're going to go to that. Yeah. There we go.
Just like
That's
that.
awesome.
And then stop mode is pretty clear, I think. It just stops the audio.
Just gotta make sure, just gotta make sure that, stop mode does stop the file. It does stop it. It does stop it. I mean, it's pretty revolutionary.
Something that looks really cool is, maybe you might not notice it if you're not paying attention, but actually the background of the player is just a zoomed in, blurred version of the album cover or the thumbnail, which I think is really cool. So it's not always just gonna be one solid color. Basically, it'll pretty much be customized.
Exactly. So, Trevor, if you would rate this out of 10 Trevor points, that's what we're gonna call this.
I'm leaving a like for sure. There you go.
Can't like your own post.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, on the very intuitive, rating system of Trevor points, I'd probably give it a 10 out of Trevor points. 10 out of 10.
Wow.
A 10 out of Trevor.
High praise.
Yeah,
okay,
there you go.
definitely take it.
10 out of 10 for a pre-release sample, of course.
Yeah. Of course. All right, Trevor, thank you so much for joining in. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. I'm always here.
Sounds good. See you, man. All right, Ronny. I'll catch you tomorrow morning, and see you then.
Wow, this is not the best lens for the job, but I'm headed over to Ronny's house now. We're going to talk more about Diivve and answer some of your questions, so it should be pretty fun. All right, and we are here. Let's do this thing.
Yo, Ronny, ready to do this thing?
Yeah.
All right, I think we're good.
All right.
Okay.
Do this.
All right.
Just throw it on the ground, yeah.
This is it. This is what we got. This is what we tried to do. Anyway, welcome to the interactive part of Diivving. So I'm here with Ronny, the co-developer of the platform.
And I'm here with Luke, the co-developer of the platform.
Exactly. So, Ronny, would you like to inform us all about some updates to Project Doormat?
Project Doormat. So Project Doormat is the first Dive side project, essentially, where it's going to be something separate to Dive, but definitely be a crucial part of it.
Project Doormat.
Dang it, sorry. Project Doormat is, I feel like, is going to be a very essential part to a lot of creators on social media who have multiple social media platforms and definitely want to connect and be able to have easy interaction with their fan base.
Okay, fair enough. So I know we covered this actually in the Designedly podcast from about a year ago, but I want to know, now that we've kind of done a lot of work in developing, what is your favorite feature of Dive?
So my favorite feature of Dive is probably the upload page as a whole, because there's so many minor features in that you wouldn't even think of, that we put a lot of effort into. Being able to see the file size, seeing if the file is too large, the progress bar, adding image and file thumbnails, titles, descriptions, all of that. There was a lot of work put into that, and probably because a lot of time was spent on that's probably one of my favorite features. That whole page as a whole.
Awesome. And now comes to our favorite part of the show. We just decided, the Q&A section.
Heck yeah! How am I supposed to take this seriously? Alright, so on Twitter, Zupitron asks, what is my development experience on Dive? So Dive is definitely one of the biggest projects that I have worked on, but not only that, it's my first time coding for a big project. I've learned a little bit of coding like Python in the past, but I've essentially been learning PHP, CSS, HTML, some JavaScript, SQL, a lot of different programming languages for this specific project, and it's helping me learn coding not only for Dive, but also to hopefully work on more projects in the future.
Kind of like Ronny, I didn't really have much to go off of. I have programmed some websites before. HTML and CSS are kind of my jam. But for this project, I had to learn a lot of JavaScript, I had to learn a lot of PHP, and a couple other languages. And it's been a blast just like working together on this, because yeah, it's definitely like taking both of us, I feel like, out of our comfort zones and like what we would normally be doing and what we'd normally be working on. So yeah.
Barack Obama asks, can you sum up Dive in one sentence? And I'd say definitely. Dive is a creative platform for creators by creators.
All right, we got a question from Bernie. Bernie Sanders asks, what type of files can't you upload to Dive? That is a great question. So there are definitely, like, as we're working on this project, we definitely want to incorporate more files in the future. Some ideas might be PDFs, PowerPoint presentations, Word documents, and things of that nature. All those are kind of similar, I guess, but also like Adobe Illustrator files and vectors and stuff like that would be really cool to have as well. So that's basically what we got.
Competitor asks, is there going to be a file size limit? And yes, there is going to be. Because Dive is uncompressed and all of your files are going to be uncompressed, there is going to be a file size limit. We're thinking about 0.5 gigabyte. I know that's a small file size, but we're hoping that a lot of people are going to be sharing pictures, images. There's probably going to be less videos, and we want as many people to upload to the platform as possible.
Alright, that pretty much wraps up this episode of Diivving. Ronny, thanks so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing this again, hopefully. I'm not sure when. So, until then, thanks guys.